So are these inverses of each other? Let's see, f of g of x. So that's going to be 1/2, giant parentheses, minus 2/3. And what goes inside of there? G of x. So 2x plus 4/3. Then I'm going to just distribute these. 1/2 times 2x is 1x. 1/2 times 4/3 is 2/3. Half of 4 is 2, so 2/3 minus 2/3, which equals, these guys cancel out, you get x. The other way is g of f of x. So here, we've got g. G is 2, giant parentheses, plus 4/3. What goes inside of there? F goes inside of there. F is 1/2 x minus 2/3. So let's see, 2 times 1/2 is just 1 x. 2 times 2/3, if I have 2/3 and I double that, I multiply it by 2, and now I have 4/3. So minus 4/3 plus 4/3. And these guys will cancel each other out. Are you adding and subtracting them? So you'll get x. So either way. On the exam, you could just do it, we'll talk about that when we go review for the exam. Let's not worry about that. The interesting connection, we're going to skip that part. Don't worry about that. Now, we're going to take a look at this next function, this next handout. It's quick and easy, and I want to go through it quickly and easily so that we can focus next class on review. If you weren't here last class, make sure at the end of the class that you grab the exam review, practice exam. You're going to want that. Okay, so this is a review of translation and reflection. This is actually, more than anything else, this is preparation for the exam, because it's just reviewing horizontal and translation and vertical translation. So you folks remember, if you translate horizontally, here's my horizon, right? This is a horizontal line. So if you translate horizontally, Alex, then it goes, you're translating left and right. David, if you're translating vertically, this is a vertical line, that means you're translating up and down. Right? So horizontal translation, my x's are moving. Vertical translation, my y's are moving. How do we do the vertical translation? The vertical translation is super straightforward, right? What do you do with vertical translation? You just tack it onto the end, because it's the opposite side of where y is. I want y to be bigger. On the opposite side, I add 3. If you go up 3, I minus 2 if I want to go down 2. Right? You just tack it onto the end of the function. It's on the outside of the function, on the end of it, right? But remember, horizontal translation was a little more complicated. Horizontal translation, it's inside the function right where x is. So right inside where x is, if we want to go right, we do minus. We subtract the amount we want to go right. If we want to go left, we minus, so we would add. So going left, it's the opposite. Why? Because it's on the same side as x. So if I want x to be bigger, I need to subtract the amount that it should be to make x, so that x can be larger and still have the same result. You don't need to, if you understand that, that's fine. Just kind of get used to, write somewhere on your notes so you remember it, that it's inside, left, right is on the inside, and you subtract to go right, you add to go left. So let me give you an example. Y equals x squared. If I want to shift 2 to the right, how would I write that? Y equals what? How do I write that? Check with your neighbors. Check with your neighbors. I'm going to call on someone randomly in 30 seconds. Okay, so left-right shift is on the inside or the outside? Nope, up-down is on the outside. Left-right is on the inside, right where X is at. So left-right is on the inside. So right where X is at, you're going to put a big parentheses where X is. Right, X squared. And what goes inside of that?
-2.
Yep, X minus 2. You're going to do it on the inside. You're going to do right where X is at, you're going to do the -2. Write it inside with it. So whatever happens to X happens to that too. It's one whole little piece. Reflection, oh, right, reflection. So this is a review of reflection. So you'll need this for your homework too. Reflection works like this. Here's my guy here. If I reflect across the y-axis, it goes over here. So x, y stays the same, x becomes negative x. If I reflect across the x-axis, then y becomes negative y. All right, so if it's across the x-axis, then my y becomes negative y. So that means the whole function becomes negative. The whole function gets negativized, kind of, gets multiplied by -1. If it's across the y-axis, my x becomes negative x, so only the x becomes negative x, only the x part. We did this a little while ago. It's been a week or so, maybe a week and a half, a couple weeks. So here's the bottom line. If it's reflected in the y-axis, then x becomes, you just make all the x's negative x's. If it's across the x-axis, then the whole function gets multiplied by -1. Right, multiply whole thing by -1. Replace x with negative x. That's the bottom line. Okay, that's our review part. So now we're going to do them. Next step. So this is an absolute function graph. It's kind of cool. It's a V, basically. What's my domain? How far to the left can it go? How far to the left does this line go?
Infinity.
Negative infinity. How far to the right does it go? Positive infinity. So its domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. What's its range? What's the lowest it goes? As I travel along this line, what's the lowest I go? 0. I can touch 0, so it's a square bracket. What's the highest it goes? Positive infinity. Can never touch infinity ever, so that's always a rounded bracket. Coordinates at the base. What's the coordinates at this spot right here? 0, 0. Yep. Origin, 0, 0. Perfect. Don't worry about the line of symmetry. We're going to skip that part. Okay, everybody have this part down? This is our base case right here. Everybody have these parts written down? We're going to need them. We're going to be using them all packet long. Okay. Now, it's reflected in the y-axis. Oh, nothing happens. Don't worry about that. Skip that one. All right, number 2. We're going to perform the transformation. We're going to shift it upwards 2. So up 2, means we started off centered here. Everybody with me? It's 0, 0. Shifting up 2 means we're going to center here. We're going to go up through here, up through there. That's the shift. Symbolic form. The basic form is y equals absolute value of x. If I shift upwards, is this on the inside or the outside? Outside. So outside of the function, you should do up to should be what? Plus 2. Y equals, on the outside, plus 2, because we're shifting up 2. Are you guys all on board with this part? Okay. What's my range? My y's? Now what's the lowest? You know what? Yeah, what's the lowest it can be? So what's the highest it can be? Infinity. So my range will be to infinity. Oh wait, I can touch. What's my mistake here? Yeah, the bracket. You can touch 2. It should be a square bracket. Don't worry about these other ones. I don't care about those. Okay. Next. Shift right 1. Okay, let's see. We start off here at 0, 0. Right 1 would be, the new point would be right here. So draw a line through there. Is that right? Draw a line through here. Okay, so remember my general function is y equals absolute value of x. I'm shifting right 1 unit. Everybody write down what this new function is. What's my new function? What's the new function? Right is that on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Inside. Right, left is on the inside. Everybody say it. Is it on the inside or the outside? Everybody? Inside. Right, left is on the inside. So right inside where the function is, I'm going to do what? Right 1 should be minus. Remember, right is the opposite. Inside is the opposite. And let's not worry about the range. I don't care about the range. I'll set up too. Next one. You know what? I don't even care about this shift. Let's just focus on the symbolic form. We're going to go left 2, down 1. Again, you start off with y equals absolute value of x. Left 2. Is left right on the inside or outside? Everybody, is left right on the inside or the outside? Inside. So what should it be? Left 2 should be what? Left 2 should be what? Everybody write it down. I'm going to call on somebody randomly. Left 2 should be what, folks? Callie, what'd you get?
Y equals x plus 2.
It's up there. So that's the left 2 is plus 2. Perfect. Down 1 is up, down on the inside or the outside, folks?
Outside.
Outside. So down 1 means on the outside you're going to do minus 1. Done. That's it. It's absolute values. You can't mess with it anymore. Next one. Oh, reflect it. Reflect it in the x-axis. So x-axis means that this becomes this. So it means that my x stays the same, y becomes negative y. So here I have y equals absolute value of x. So it means I multiply the whole function by negative 1. So it becomes y equals what? I multiply the whole function by negative 1, I get Just negative absolute value of x. That's it, just straight up like that. So this is multiplying the whole function by x, so y becomes negative x. If it was across the y-axis, then x becomes negative x, so this would become absolute value of negative, the x would become negative x inside. That's the difference. Alright, let's take a look at E. Everybody do E. Just do the symbolic form. I don't care about shifting it. Don't draw the picture. Don't do the range, just give me the symbolic form. We're shifting 2 units right 2 and, oh, just do right 2. Ignore that part. Just do right 2. Cross out the reflect part. Shift right 2. Everybody do right 2. Okay, so what do you guys get? Y equals, right 2 is on the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Inside. So on the inside, it becomes what? X minus 2, because it's the opposite. Next one, we're going to make some changes to this one. A couple changes. So cross out this reflect, cross out that reflect, and make this 1 a 2. Shift up 2. Do it. Okay, what's our symbolic form? Let's see. Left is on the inside or the outside? Inside. Everybody with that part? So it should become what? Left be on the inside, it means the opposite. So x what?
Plus 2.
Plus 1.
Oh, plus 1.
And then
Oh.
up 2 on the outside means plus 2 on the outside. Up 2. Good. And then we just have these last ones. Give me 1 minute. How are these transformed? Okay, is this on the inside or the outside, the first one? Inside, so it's left, right. Which one is it? It's plus, so it's left
Left
4. Great. Next one. This is on the inside or the outside? Outside, so it's going to be up, down. Which one is it? Up 4. Good. The last one, you know what, we'll skip the last one. That's fine. I don't want to mess with the reflection. Okay, good. So everybody look through before Friday, kind of look through the practice exam and pick out ones in there that you want me to do similar problems to, and I'll work on that, and we'll create ones. So make sure you take a look through that before you get here Friday so we can review.